instead of textless cryptic, I mean, like, I'm thinking about like fuse spells and the split cards that like you could cast both
Textless Mystic Confluence.
choose any number. Just, you know what? It's Succubus Kiss the whole way down. It's we're gonna level edit. We're gonna make things heavy. They say
And we're also just gonna drink Giant's Potion, you know? Just get double health.
They say blue mages can do anything. But we
The
all
Chemist
know
really can do anything.
Chemist really can do anything. Like that's just where Chemist lives.
The only thing preventing Chemist from being easily stronger is that it's slightly more work to grind up the things that are really good for Chemist.
Yeah. And even that, I mean, it's you know, I'm
Not
thinking
that
about,
much more work.
I would say I'm thinking about the
It's
games
only-
where like getting Mighty Guard is a pain, you know?
Yeah, I mean, 5 is kind of one of those. Stingray
Yeah.
is not a common thing, and you need to be able to trick it into casting it on you.
Yeah. Good. I haven't gotten to draft this in a few days now, and I'm excited for more. The thing I've got in my mind, I you know, it's like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to be playing here in draft? And like, obviously, it's whatever comes up, but Bart's. I want.
Yeah, I have not seen Bart's even once out of like every draft I've watched on our side.
Yeah, on our
you know,
side,
like
we saw Bart's kicking X Death around. We've seen, you know, like the power that's got. Okay, thanks for the sub. Yes. So that's my short list for the day as Bart shows up. So
that is technically red-green is where the majority of birds are.
Yeah, red is
Not all of them.
less so. Like green is the base, and you can do that. Like red has some of the spells that make birds, and those get played in some of the other decks as well because they're spells that make birds. White has a couple.
It's more that red is the other color where landfall is.
Yeah. Like call the mountain chocobo keeps lands flowing, gives you more birds, etc.
It's overcosted for what it does, but like it still does it.
Honestly, like, that card impresses me with just how it performs.
It's still playable, like even through everything.
Yeah, and like flashbackable at 6. So, yeah, we'll see. The other color combination where I feel like birds can work is in Celestia, where
True, there's plenty of good birds there too, and like the legendary bird is a actually green, white, blue, isn't it, Choco?
yes, Choco is green, white, blue because it's designed. That Choco is very much designed as an EDH card because it's designed to give a crossover to. Think Bloomburrow birds. Bloomburrow birds are white blue. That was the color combination they were in. And chocobos are base green. A lot of the chocobos are in green, but green doesn't have a lot of birds. So if you want to play birds, like what would be your like general for a bird deck? I don't know, but Choco like bridges that gap.
Yeah.
So.
The one Chocobo card that I'm unimpressed with is actually just straight up Chocobo Racetrack. That's like the only one that's like I just think it's too slow at 5 mana artifact that requires a landfall trigger afterwards, so functionally 6, you know?
It really wants a deck that is like playing long. I don't know if that's a card I want to include in a deck that isn't like ramping. And even then, it's like
you need to ramp pretty heavily for that to be a thing you want to do.
Yeah, it can. I've played with it and against it. Both seen it be the slowest thing in the world, like just not do anything. Yeah. I've also seen it produce 9 power and just be like, well, this sure is a pain. So, right, my buddy. Yes, we had the standard band list when I logged in.
Which, thank God, they actually also had a correctly heavy hand on standard, and I like that.
Can I like, if I go over here quick, like, go into collection, can I just pull up like banned cards? I have to assume I'm able to search banned cards.
Will I be like, there'd be a legality option in the filters here, maybe somewhere?
Because like, if we're
like, it has a it has like a typable in one as well, where you can assign things to.
Yeah. If I was doing this on Scryfall, it would just be like, is banned.
Yeah.
Okay. There was
I can bring up the list.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can do that.
So the standard list, talk about this for a little bit to start before we get into to this. We have a rotation happens next month with Edge of Eternity is releasing, and the current setup for standard is that they're using the period right before that release as the like, hey, this is the banned list where we want to take a look at the format and crunch out. Thank you. Crunch out all the things we see that are going to be like even post rotation. We feel like these are things we want to like bop from the format. Not always for power level reasons, but like that's an obvious reason why. Why
in this case, it was definitely for power level reasons.
Most of these were. I would argue there's a couple that were not for power level reasons. Corey Steelcutter was the one that so the last ban list before this was pre-Dragonstorm. And in the article talking about the bans, they talked about, hey, we don't want to use all our ban list spots we have every like 3 months or so for cards. We would have banned this at any point. Because this is a card that is like in play. Like this is a card that's like top tier in Legacy, in Modern, because it the way that it operates as like, what if Bitter Blossom made 1/1 prowess trample haste monks?
It's wild in that if you just look at any one part of this card, it feels somewhat unassuming. Yeah. But then, like, everything together makes this card so oppressive.
It shares a quality with the next card I'm going to pull up, which is hard to directly answer. And for me, it's even like, I feel this is a card that fights for good. I feel like, it's like, you have to be playing Magic, playing spells, forward progress. You can't sit on your heels. You need to be doing things, be proactive. That's it. Like, in my mind, it's like, okay, that's great. But you also can very easily make those things you're doing very efficient 1-mana threats, 1-mana spells, like, those are things you want to be doing anyway. So...
Corey Steelcutter, it also just strongly works with itself. It's really good in multiples. Like, you don't really... It's... I describe this repeatedly as a 1.5 card combo card, where it's itself and literally anything else, including itself, is all you need for it to go off and become ridiculously good.
So, we had a Pro Tour, not last weekend before. The top 8 of the Pro Tour was 4 mono red decks, which were designed to be fast enough to beat Corey Steelcutter decks, and then 4 Corey Steelcutter decks. That was
the number that I heard is that among the top 8 decks that were there were only 40 unique cards, and that's like including sideboard, which means that was
a lot of
very homogenous format.
Yeah. The other card I want to touch on because it's similar in Corey Steelcutter. Most similar to Corey Steelcutter, but wasn't hit for... It's Beans.
Beans, yeah.
Beans shares a lot of, like, room with Corey Steelcutter. One of the things that makes Corey Steelcutter so effective is that even if you answer Corey Steelcutter, the tokens are still around. The way Beans works is that even if you answer Beans, you're down a card because they drew off it. Beans, we see this actually in Final Fantasy. This is a card that they had to, like, change a lot of design features around. Because of the realization of how I guess realization, like, we knew how Beans was going to work, but, like, these Sahagin and cards in Final Fantasy specifically call out, spend the damn mana, because Beans doesn't, and you never...
So, while Beans is a powerful card, like you said before, it probably wasn't actually hit for power level reasons. It was hit for, it was too restrictive in, like, designing cards. This card warped the way that the design warped.
Yeah, this is banned in Modern, and they've talked about how, like, it's also not... terribly interesting. The like
Yeah.
puzzle it asks is play every alternate cost card that's cool, and we've seen that deck. It's very strong in standard. If
Overlords.
one of the ideas is that like if we're going to be hitting a bunch of the red tools, and we'll see those, we probably should bonk some of the other decks. The deck that mainly plays this rotates a lot of its pieces. Zur and Leyline Binding are the biggest ones I can think of in Overlords. But going back to our world of the top 8, this one is really, like, there's going to be a couple cards on here that, like, I think in a vacuum look really funny to see banned. I think Corey Steelcutter and Beans are cards that you can look at and be like, oh, no, I get it. I see the deck that this builds. Monstrous Rage, this looks like any other combat trick we've ever seen in life on its face.
+3/+1 on single red with trample. That's a card that exists. That's Titanic strength, like literally, I think.
Yes.
But
the problem this card caused, along with a number of other small pieces, is just a matter of efficiency and a matter of answering a combination of efficiency and, like, what's the way to put it? Like answering solutions that should be harder to answer. The trample on this is not unheard of on a red trick. If I go over to Might of the Meek, we do have our little trample handing one off. We also have Dread. Please, Dread. We also have Dread Moss Ire, which is +2/+2 and trample. The fact that on Monstrous Rage, the trample and 1/1 stick, meaning that defenses are no longer effective, along with the efficiency of a lot of early threats, one of the other cards we'll be seeing on this list, and really the speed at which these decks operate make this the card they wanted to bonk, because it's the idea with a lot of these bans is that, like, we don't want to kill mono red, we don't want to kill getting you, but we don't want what standard kind of looks like on the ladder, which is like there's a red deck that can kill you on 3 with some real consistency and 4 on a lot of look, you're just gonna be dead, if you've played any amount of ladder.
And there's very little significant counterplay to it. The thing is that this is a mono red deck where it's like, all right, I don't block, they kill me. I do block, they kill me, and I lost my creature.
Yeah.
So I lost even harder because I tried to do anything about it,
Yeah. And as like seeing Monstrous Rage makes me immediately generate 4 mana on turn 4. Funnily enough, there's other cards for doing that. That's
not actually the problem.
That I feel is not terribly a huge reason to hit this, because Vivi already has other. What's
Monstrous Rage's power in the first 3 turns is why it got hit.
I can't search Reckless Charge. There is Reckless Charge.
Haste Magic?
No. Haste Magic costs 2. This is
okay.
Harmonize should find it. Wild Ride, yes. Yeah, we do have that as well.
Haste.
This actually was seeing play in those decks. For that reason, it gives there are a lot of the Izzet decks have a number of hits in here, but there are a number of VV shells that are still quite real. Getting ahead of myself. Other mono red card.
Heartfire Hero, yeah.
Yeah. Heartfire Hero is again, one of the things on this is that a lot of these are really cheap cards. The article talking about the bannings is like, hey, we know that standard is swapping from 2 to 3 years. We underappreciated just how a critical mass of strong early drops can really just be warping to what's going on. Heartfire Hero represents the current one of these that is the stickiest and is the most quickly threatening with turn 2 Mentor, or again, if you play this and then attack next turn with Monstrous rage, you're attacking for 5, a 5/3, it's probably not losing that combat, and then it sticks around as a 3/3 that still hits as it's dying.
It's extending standard to 3 years has the inevitable 3 years plus 3 months one time is going to have the inevitable side effect of these decks are going to continue to exist and they're going to continue to get just like slightly more efficient every single time there's a new product released, to the point where they can probably eventually become like fine-tuned to oppressiveness.
Yeah, and the big thing there is that like a lot of these bans are made with like, hey, we want to make this still match on like the line that Standard has lived on, where like decks are able to play up through turns 4 and 5. It's not like a turn 4 format, and like there's a lot of variety in things. And once you have this critical mass of like, I'm pulling up Cacophony Scamp because this was like, I remember this as like the more like, yeah, this also has the like fling on death style thing, and like the amount of these 1-drops that exist could be an issue. I don't know.
It's worth noting that there's also just a fling available, so you get double fling off of the mice.
What's up?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Standard is going to be hitting these a lot of the time because of the size of it, making it like double the size. Like Standard is going to look a lot more like old Extended. Extended being a format from, oh my god, it's fine, 18 years ago plus. But like where instead of it being 2 years back, it went like 4 to 7, and the size of it was about the same as this. Anyway. Other cards that got bonked. The last 3 on the list are more like, hey, we want to either, we know that Mono Red isn't our top dogs, and we have there's a number of other decks lurking. We want to like put at a less efficient level or remove some of the more ridiculous things they can do. Awakening?
Abuelo's Awakening, I believe, yeah.
It was Awakening, yeah.
The main card that caused this to get hit by, although there are other ones, is the fact that Omniscience
is the only
Standard.
This is the only real reason it got hit.
Because otherwise, it basically, there are other cards that it can hit that are like similarly powerful, but Omniscience is the one that's just
so
unfun.
The idea with this is that this is like, the Omniscience deck was a pretty real thing, and it's like we want to like slow the Omniscience deck but not kill it. And like with this, the thing with this is that even with that card banned, this is going to be a little bit too long of a fine. That card, that isn't the only card that does that. There are multiple cards at 5 that like will pick up an enchantment from Yard in order to.
But the important thing is that they don't do it at 4. You have a full extra charge.
Like repair and recharge does this on 5. Yuna does this on 5. But like, so like, this is clearly not a thing where it's like, oh wow, we want to kill this deck. It's just like,
we just want to make it slightly slower. That's all.
And so this is one of those that is in that way. Abuelo is not at 3, it's at white 3, so this gets played at 4 mana. X can be 0, but it's 4 mana total. But yeah, this is just like, and they talked about this yesterday. It's like, hey, we realize this doesn't kill the deck. If it's still a problem, we'll just bonk Omniscience. Like,
yeah,
we want to slow we want Omniscience, like we want combo to be real, but like if it continues to be like, we don't even know if it's too much. It's just like, hey, we want to hit a couple of the things like that.
Mainly that they're trying to, while they are hitting Red and Jeskai, like, and is it primarily? There are other. They want to at least address other like powerful decks and stand at the same time as well.
This is maybe the funniest card to see on a ban list. Because this, like, out of the context of like cards, this looks like nothing.
This looks like just a like.
Why would
whatever, man? It's why do I care? It's
what is, and honestly, even in the context of the bans, it's like, okay, this is one of those bans that is not the power of the card, but more like the deck around it.
This is them slightly weakening the deck that's around it, and even then, only slightly.
Yeah, this is supposed to hit the Pixie deck. That's the deck this is made for. The deck can still go down a trash fire. Like the thing that with Nightmare there is that with things like Nurturing Pixie, things like another card on the list here, like it's very easy to have your Raven's Crime that just has retrace of play it instead of don't. Or, even with this banning, here's the thing about this. This doesn't stop you from doing that. Like the specific thing that that's why this one looks a little funky. This is there because it's also like if you cast this 4 times, you've hit your opponent for 8. Like it has that 2 points of damage on there, and like in combination, that makes it the deck a very much more aggressive lines than it feels like it should have. So
the discard is actually not as it does that in the deck that wants to play cards that do discard. But the thing that makes this card the reason why it got hit is because it is both discard and 2 damage. The 2 damage is actually the important half of that.
Yeah. The last thing related to Hopeless Nightmare, town.
Blue. Town ain't big enough.
This one's
this card just.
This one's very funny to see.
You pick this up. Yeah, you pick up this and the Nightmare, and then you play it again, and like also you bounce your opponent's stuff, and you've just. Yeah, it's funny because of how truly unassuming this looks as a card, right?
Even in like run away together is very close to this. This is Appeal from Reality.
But that's creatures.
Yes. The fact that this is non-creature and the fact that it can be a number of small things about the card. Its interaction with beans.
Yep.
Things like that. This is another one that I think is more. That is definitely more of a like, hey, there are some decks that are first hits that are like the first blush hits we wanted to hit aren't enough, so we bonked this as a follow-up hit. I want to say the card I'm most surprised escaped that line is Stock Up, but
yeah, I think
if we were hitting like unassuming enablers, that was one I was if that was the plan. But yeah, so
I have said it plenty of times. For Stock Up is truly absurd as far as like draw and selection goes for what it costs.
But yeah,
again, it's treasure. It's fucking dig through time you don't have to work for.
Yeah,
you know
what if Fact or Fiction costs 3?
Basically.
Anyway, that's the standard stuff going on. I wanted to.
Here's the draft.
That's good enough to get us start up a draft. Let's again. Let's see if we can't find Bart's.
Long and short of it, standard is a lot more fun to play already.
I'm happy with a little more active hand if they want standard to be a especially with the standard being a bigger format. I want them to be more active on like what's going on.
I think they're gonna keep if they're going to keep 3-year standard, they need to be heavy-handed on their bans. Like it's got to be like heavy-handed in comparison. Ultima, the card called Ultima.
The card called Ultima. Okay. We have the card called Ultima. We have Zach. We've got Battle the Big Bridge. Vane's Treachery, Swallow the Wild Leviathan are quite fine.
A lot of good removal in this pack.
So we tried Ultima before, and then White died. But the thing about Ultima as a card is that we basically can't build around this. This is actually it's in the sense
it kills
that
everything.
It kills everything, and we can't just like White Auracite is really bad with this. Job of Select Equipment can't survive it, but it is a Wrath of God, and
it's a
very powerful
Wrath of God.
Yeah, it's powerful enough for me to want to pick up and see if we can't
summon Titan.
Summon Titan. Okay.
I kind of like playing these two together.
Okay.
I feel like a very summons heavy deck actually can be built with Ultima.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if your cards are temporary anyway, and you get their like value off of them in the turns you play them, then Ultima killing everything does not affect you in the long run as much.
What else was there in this pack? Probably, it looks like another uncommon or rare. I would guess maybe something in black, maybe a more specific removal spell, or maybe even another mythic. There could be another rare for this.
Yeah, there you can get packs where there's just 3 rares in it in this format. It's not that hard.
Yeah, so I like Chocobo Kick here. I like Paladin Arms. Crystal
I like
Chosen.
picking 2 5-drops.
Yeah. Starting town.
Okay.
Okay. So of note, you might think Wrath of God. Pick cards that work with the. Don't. This doesn't work with the Wrath of God.
Nope.
That's not how it works.
Ends the turn.
And the turn. So we can pick up.
Everything that would go on the stat just doesn't.
The thing I'm thinking about is picking up Crystal's Chosen to try to like send a signal that white is a little bit more taken. I want to.
Yeah, and get like as many ramp cards as you can as well.
Yeah, like
that's also a reason to play Ultima, because if you're ramping up to something and being able to reset the board and then start playing your cards is also part of it. I like Selesnya ramp as like the shell you're going for with this.
Poo-Poo is also not a bad card for that idea.
True, and also Poo-Poo is very good at stuffing the board.
I'm gonna stick with Crystal's Chosen because I want to get the color more picked up, but like this would also be a fine place to try that out. I don't know if
I want to point out that that's 2 Thieves' Knives back to back. That also would have been really nice in a blue deck.
Summoner's Sanctum. Fate of the Suncrest is also fine to have here.
Yeah, Suncrest is good. It's a perfectly viable removal spell.
Alright, I'm taking a look here, and we're seeing that, like, we've got we have some white coming around. Green doesn't have a lot that I'm excited about coming around. That's kind of notable. Hectize, Dreams of Laguna, Weapons Vendor, Restoration Magic. This thing's also, like, just fine, especially with, like...
it's a counter spell a lot of the time.
You can combo this with Ultima. You know.
True. Yeah, actually, you legitimately can.
That's funny. I don't know that that's worth this early of a pickup. Hi, Tifa. Racial Greens.
Like Geisel Greens.
Yeah.
Gracious Wanderings.
One of the problems, I don't, like, as I've played this, I don't think Tifa is terribly great in Limited because a lot of the time you're, like, fighting for a grizzly bear. Yeah.
There's also the Paladin's Arms if you want to not, like...
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, hold on.
Genji Love. Ooh.
Are you a believer in Genji Glove in your white-green ramp deck?
I'm thinking about, like, just setting up, like, our, like, trying to get the mana ready for this, even though, like...
I agree with that, personally. I think that this is functional still. X-Death, Galacat is perfectly fine.
Yeah, X-Death, Crystal Fragments, Monk Fist.
Someone who's been picking up black is going to be really excited to get X-Death this late.
Yeah, and we're seeing our colors open. We could still pivot away from green, that's true, and like Galacat is a card that I think works more in different colors than this. But
on the other hand, how about we're seeing exactly just green and white left?
Yeah, that is true.
Granted, Blitzball Shot's not exactly a highly picked card.
No, it's saying we talked about like Racetrack being something that's a little hard to get like running. If we want, okay, I'm gonna take Precious Wanderings here.
Wanderings is okay. Yeah.
Warrior Sword and Freya. Okay, notable that red is looking fine here. I want, if we can find like Fenrir, I think is the card that holds this glue together.
For sure.
I'd also love to see some in green. I'm looking for Fenrir at the top. I'm looking for
The scene where they're looking at Midgard from the
Yeah.
back.
Town
what that card's
Greeter
called.
as well.
Town Greeter is absolutely a card you want, yeah.
So this is certainly a very different direction. We're not specifically playing towards a like a plan, as it were, which always brings
Not
your deck
yet.
into a weirder place. Well, yeah, I'll take Beavers.
I speak Beaver.
I do speak Beaver. All right. Got like Barts or something. Okay. Delivery Moogle's quite good. Gobu Gardener is a ramp piece. Traveling
Beaver's Limit
Chocobos.
Break is scary in how strongly it can just suddenly end a game,
Mhm.
but it's not like something I would highly pick over other options.
Had someone
Google
play-
Gardener, I think, is reasonably on plan, but
Yeah.
Delivery Moogle can.
Moogle, we don't have anything for it to
Library or
grab,
graveyard.
but all we need is one target.
Yeah.
Gardener gets us to some of these like bigger things that I'm a little in. I'm interested in seeing how well. That's funny. So again,
White
White
Oracite
is a very strong card, but is incredibly bad with Ultima. The way this works is the way you don't want it to work.
Yeah.
Basically, is the way to get this down. It doesn't keep the card exiled like an O-ring would, because it comes back the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
However, I guess it at least stops ETB effects.
yes, because the turn will end.
Yeah.
For that.
So at least it's got that going for it.
I'm still willing to pick that over Bard's Bow and some of the more aggro pieces in here. Diamond Weapon.
Diamond Weapon.
Okay.
That's a card that's actually nice.
Diamond Weapon wants us to find some more Town Greeter. Town Greeter is like a pick on sight for me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works with Titan for what it's worth.
Yes. Titan Mill 5. Grahak Garnet. Let me just stave. Garnet, we don't have, like, a lot right now. Obviously, we just have Titan, but, like, this is absolutely a direction if we can find, like, Fat Chocobo, Fenrir.
Fenrir is the card you really want to play with Garnet, because that's just so many... You basically just grab land every turn.
Yeah. Iridia, Clash, Bardbow? I don't have a big respect for Clash. Like,
Me neither.
Iridia's quite good, but, like, honestly, I would not be surprised to see Iridia on the wheel. I'm gonna pick Bard's Bow as a mid-tier player. Thank you.
Town Greeter. That's the card you want.
That's the card I was after.
Deck's starting to feel real. There we go.
Yeah, so we're looking for... I'm looking for a couple more pieces of our ramp. Again, Fenrir is the card that I think holds everything together, but things to go with Garnet for a bit more value.
Fat Chocobo.
Yeah.
Fenrir. There's a couple of ones in white as well.
Yeah,
Chocomog's like, okay.
Chocomog's fine. I don't know. I don't like hate Chocomog.
Chocomog that sticks around forever is not bad. It'll just stay, you know, an Oriflamme at that point.
There's like infantry.
I feel like with Wanderings, you'd only play one maximum to start with.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at some of the other things in here. Where like,
Yeah, I guess infantry. You get even one more infantry, then it's like, okay.
I'll grab it. I'm gonna put it down at the bottom because I don't think I'm playing that unless I have a much higher amount.
Yeah.
The other card in there I was thinking of was literally just the Charlian for setting up a splash. Ignis isn't a card I want to splash, by the way. That a little bit too
Garland and Golbez.
Sure.
There they are.
But yeah, What was I thinking about with those? I'm sure. Ignis isn't a card I want to splash. Is the kind of...
You don't want to play a card that fixes on your splash.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take Gungaga. Me.
That's fair, honestly. Like, that's a color that you would actually not mind splashing in here.
You know, like, if Rydia comes back around and we get a couple more sagas that would make Rydia worth playing on a long term, that'd be nice. Like, Rydia could be in this next pack right here, I believe, was where she would be if she tabled. And if nobody...
Yeah.
Okay. Unlikely. It would have to be like nobody is in those colors and nobody cares.
Therian.
Therian.
But also...
Battle menu.
Yeah, battle menu is a good card.
Battle menu just does
I would go
everything.
Yeah.
Furion is a splash that'd be like, we have a couple Bard's Bow, but we aren't like focusing on that side right now.
Nah, you're right. Furion is a card that wants you to build around him, and if you do, he's incredibly good.
Chocomog is a thing here, but
really
battle
okay.
menu is a piece of removal that also is very flexible. It has modes of make an instant blocker, save a creature from a kill spell, kill a big creature, or save ourselves from dying and going to 2 instead. Like a lot of options that nothing else has for us.
If we don't end up playing with Rydia's like extra text all that much, for what it's worth, she's still a 2/2 lifelinker.
Yeah, that's why I'm fine playing. I'm stealing Omega. There's nothing else in this pack I care about. Actually, Paladin Arms is like, okay, this thing's fine.
Guy.
Oh.
Using that hallowed ground.
Yeah. Maybe I do care about
Or
Paladin
the
Arms.
move that I think is hallowed ground, but I'm always wrong.
This is wings, right? This is just...
Yeah.
Consent. Fate number 2, Chocomog. Not huge on Chocomog, but it is a card that plays really well with Garnet because it lets us feed into. So I think even with Fate here, we already have a copy of Fate and some other removal spells. I want to get some more threats going. Diamond Weapon.
I Arden. A card that would be completely unplayable for us.
Triple Black. There's no way. We're too late to be able to make that. If that was pack 2, I'd make the swap. And
Probably, yeah. I agree.
Pack 3, this is like way too far off, sadly. Very powerful.
So like if you play a bunch of huge things in green, you're mostly just looking for the ramp actually, more than anything else. Or in the case of Diamond Weapon, either ramp or milling.
Yeah, like Town Greeter. Damn, whoever's in black is having the day of their life on our left.
They just fucking back to back picked Arden then Xenos.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're like this is clear. Like and like looking at our packs, I can see why nobody would be in black. Like, black did not feel like an open color for us to be in the last couple packs. There were a couple points early where we could have, but damn, somebody's having a day. That's good for them. Rena.
If there's a player to our left who picked up that X Death on pack 1 and decided to stick with it, they're having the best draft of their life.
Like another X
Yeah, that town, I think as many town greeters as you can is actually totally fine.
Yeah, I would like one
All the
copy
lands
of
you can get on-
Vanille if I could, but like we're not.
Yeah. With 2 diamond weapons in your deck specifically is part of why I think that.
Yes, I'll take Chocomog the second. That makes Garnet look better. Okay. Sure, I'll finally pick this Town Guard that we've had 20 choices.
So the thing is that I think that white-green has been totally open basically this whole time that you've been getting the cards for it. But
I don't
the
think
cards
we
that
have a
have been
deck.
on offer are merely okay.
Yeah, I was
Like,
saying
they're-
I don't think we have a deck. We just merely have we have a couple pieces that like bring us towards
This
the
is a
deck,
rare
but-
case, I feel like, where the draft simply just did not have a lot of power in these colors in the draft.
Yeah, so I think the pieces that we're missing, hey Coral, are more like
Fenrir.
I'm Fat Chocobo is the biggest card in the missing pieces that we
Yes.
didn't get a bite at. We did see a Choco kick, but that was like pick one, pack one. I don't respect Loperit Scout in this format. There's not enough.
I mean, I don't respect any of the Loperits, so like that's completely fair. I think. This one's not even called Scouting Way. Who gives a shit?
All right, let's get like Chirkamog, Arcite, Ultima.
I guess here's the question. You still want to play the card called Ultima, even though it basically doesn't work with anything beyond it being a Wrath, right?
Correct.
Like, yeah.
Because like
it's still a reset. It's
at the end of the day, it's still like is a Wrath we have access to, and we can just like slow play into running it out.
Slow play can absolutely happen. Let me tell you about a game I watched last night where a red, white, black Jalopy played against a blue-red Izzet deck where neither player drew a creature for about 14 turns.
Does Screamer do anything in this deck?
You have the one Paladin's Arm. You have the Geisel Greens, and you have the.
Okay, we have more than.
If you're not playing the Chocobo Race Cricket.
No, I cut
Kino
that
doesn't
already.
do all that much. Yeah. The Bard's Bows, Paladin's Arm. So you have like 4 sources of extra tokens.
Yeah, it works with Geisel Greens, works with Paladin's Arms, works with Bard's Bow, works with Crystal's Chosen, funnily.
So that's like 5 cards where you get an extra token, and like they're okay if you do. They're kind of bad by themselves though. They're just a 3-mana 2/3 if you don't have the ability to play additional tokens.
Sitting here thinking about this Gigantode as well.
I'm personally not very impressed by Gigantode. I think that you are exactly kind of in the deck where it'd be okay. But I compare Gigantode in my head to Scorpion Sentinel, and Scorpion Sentinel would like wins out in playability every single day of the week, I think.
Okay, let's try this.
If it had a single word, Toad would be totally fine, yeah. Like, even if it was Reach. If Toad was a 4/4 Reach for 4 that became a 6/6 on 7 lands, then I think it would actually be quite good.
I think it's a respectable Toad. It makes the frog noise.
That's true, which is good.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Sure, I'm in.
It has a 2 and a 3.
So I'm not rolling with the planes so that this isn't known to our opponent because it would be castable. That's the reason I'm not playing. I didn't play the planes first, so they didn't know. Because right now we know that our opponent has like Brainstorm or something like or Syncopate for 0.
Yeah, there's not that many mono blue. I don't think there's any. It might be Syncopate for 0.
That might have been Syncopate for 0. Now that I'm like thinking about what that possibly could have been.
Beautiful attacking.
Yep. All right. We get to curve. That's nice. Our cards.
We had a weapons merchant.
Yeah. Be able to move around the bow and such. Fourth
Bard's
land.
Bow in particular loves weapons merchant because of its absurdly high equip cost.
Full. If you just want to wait on Syncopate until the end of days, like, I'm just going to run you over. I don't think you can afford to do that for too long.
You have the combo, by the way. Restoration Magic and Ultima.
I think I'm passing here.
Sure.
So
So
the idea is I could play Town Greater, but I think that gets them their Syncopate to do something, and I just want our opponent to take no action. Like, I think we just kill them if they just sit on Syncopate for the next 6 years, right?
So they have 5 mana available here.
You got it, boss.
Doesn't do anything. Yep.
Town
Creature's
Greater.
Wanderings is also a All right, nice.
So let's go ahead and grab a forest, landfall.
And then +1/+1 and an additional landfall.
Yeah.
You can grab Winders and get the.
Oh, I
town.
could. Yeah, right. This grabs towns. Let's go counter over here, and then attack.
All right, 10 damage.
That
Not 10, 8. Sorry, I didn't know how to count.
puts them at 3. So I think they're gonna play like. Yeah, they're obviously gonna be making birds. We've got. It's for 7. It's diamond for 7. Okay, bouncing a land to kick. I'll just equip the bow.
Yeah, I mean, that makes Town Greeter a 2/2. They have to block everything here. Sorry, 3/3.
Yeah, they can't. They have to chump block with both.
Yeah.
They can't double block on one. I have the FF12 soundtrack up for this. All right, so this forces 2 chump blocks. They lose their mana. They get a Chocobo on the play, obviously. But like.
Lupo UFO is a blocker that actually functions properly here.
That is very funny. It does function.
However, your bird and greeter are currently the abyss for their chocobos, so White Arcite, you win the game.
Yeah, they can't afford to syncopate it.
Yep.
They can syncopate it for 2.
Yep. Swallowed by Leviathan.
Oh God,
would work actually, but
like. I'm very happy about the navigation of that game because we got to, I like putting them on syncopate and then just never giving them a point where it's ever useful to do so, especially on the turn where they kept 4 mana up to obviously be like, we'll just stop the 3. Like I'm happy with the outcome.
yeah.
The other line we had that turn, by the way.
Opponent.
If our opponent had tapped out, by the way, if we wanted, we could have deployed like if we needed to get rid of the racetrack, we had the sweeper. And we had the sweeper plus like keep around a permanent. We can't deploy the combat, like we can't go to like
This is slow as hell. Cloudbound Moogle technically makes Diamond Weapon cost 1 less.
Yeah. Oh boy. Vector. Alright. I think we're about to get. Oh boy.
Crocodile.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well,
that actually helps a lot.
Thank you, Town Greeter.
In the life?
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
Yeah.
You have untapped lands to play anyway.
I was sitting looking at the turn, and it's going to be turn 4 that this is deployed. So we'll take the life to pad a little bit against Garland. Okay, so
Vivian Elder.
Town Greeter does an important job here, and that important job is making sure that we don't get surrounded by black mages.
Yes.
We're not attacking here. The idea behind deploying Chocomog here is that if both of our pieces of board presence were to disappear, Diamond Weapon is playable next turn. I don't want to play Diamond Weapon into an edict spot, but oh god, we are. They get their Surveil. They are black mages through and through here.
Yeah, they're here to
I will trade with Garland every day of the week with Chocomog. That's sort of what Chocomog is around for. Obviously, it gives them a long-term like threat available of chaos, but Diamond Weapon also stuffs chaos. All right. So 3 cards left in our opponent's hand. And we're fine against black mages. They went and grabbed a land off of the... Okay, call the Bound Chocobo. I was going to say, I don't know if they have another land, but that definitely does it. Okay. We get to deploy... do we just deploy Diamond Weapon?
Doesn't die in combat. Can die to Sephiroth's intervention.
Yeah,
or...
we haven't forced them to play anything.
That's kind of it, isn't it? Of the black removal spells that can work here, I think it's just
Overkill.
Sephiroth's intervention or overkill, yeah. But there's only a couple that actually work because of its 8 toughness. You know, Thundaga would take a couple turns more to play.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead Moogle.
Oh, suplex kills because it's an artifact.
Exile, yeah. I'm gonna lead Moogle as a way to try to like get a removal spell out of our opponent. I want our opponent to like actually spend a kill spell, and then. Oh, yes, I'm still listening to this. Thank you.
Goodness, I hate that part of YouTube
I know.
so much.
I know.
I haven't seen Opera Love Song in a while.
This card's
card
very
kicks
good.
ass.
A swamp and a 2-drop, sure. Yeah, Opera Love Song, very good. Monk fit. Oh, Hoofa, we are taking the
That's
black
a
mage
non-creature
stand.
spell.
Yeah. That also it means that like opponent is like pressed, like this is like a 23rd, but like it works very well as a 23rd in this. So
There's a couple of decks in which Monk's Fist is a playable 23rd, and it is a bad card, but it's a bad card you'll still play sometimes.
all right. Do have to spend the town greeter. Let's get Diamond Weapon down. I don't currently believe that I can go in. If we're able to untap with this, Thunder Magic no longer isn't out for Diamond Weapon. Like, if they have Thunder Magic, they can do it right now. If they let us untap, we can Precious Wanderings and get it out of range. It's their entire turn for it, but it's a fine turn because it gets rid of our big threat. Okay. So our stuff for that is that Diamond Weapon will hold the line. Okay. I don't think I want to play these lands. Our top end is 7.
Yeah, Crystal's Chosen costs 7.
I'll play 1, we'll hold the rest. Okay. So the obvious worry here is a kill spell that kills Diamond Weapon that, like, we can't sidestep. My hope would be that this is tap out for Thunder Magic and they want to go in for 5 with Chaos. Diamond Weapon has reach and can't take combat damage. Coerl will hold off that. The problem in the long term is this, is just like...
Yeah. The Black Mages absolutely will just slowly whittle you down, no matter what happens, really.
And our opponent is continuing to get resources and, you know, creatures here, so...
Yeah.
No attacking, at least, but... thinking about Precious Wanderings, if I just want to hold this.
It removes a land from your deck.
That's...
Is, I think, the most reasonable argument.
Alright, we're gonna
Second Diamond Weapon would not be bad to get.
It's legendary. Don't fall for that one.
Oh, right. Okay, yes. Well, I guess the Diamond Weapon's legendary, sure.
Yeah.
They're biomechanical planet things, sure. Only one each. I'm just saying, they built more than one Cubeline, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. That's fine. I am not playing any of these. We are passing it back. I don't like the long-term prospects we have here. Yeah, like...
Yeah, me neither.
The Black Mages are going to hit us for 20 damage long before we die to anything else. I would like to be able to get in with Diamond Weapon to start, but we don't have a fat
I think
chocobo to
the
hand
card
a
that you
trample.
want is the worst part is like the card called Ultima that destroys everything. Your opponent has had gas in their hands and like kept in their hands for ages.
Yeah. Oh no, they've got Kefka.
That explains things, yeah.
Okay, that's pretty bad. At least they don't have Kefka.
Yeah, opponent's deck is just good at in this being inevitable. Anything they play is dead, and also I think if they wanted to next turn they could just swing all out and kill you anyway.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of problems right now. Yeah, we have a lot of problems right now.
And if the last card they have in hand is a non-creature spell, there's nothing you can do about it, basically.
Yeah.
Straight up, the only thing that you can draw here to extend the game is Ultima, I think.
So, do you know what the worst thing about Ultima off the top is?
Oh, yeah.
Ultima
Just
cannot
dies
defeat
regular
chaos.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think about that at all. The replacement there doesn't happen because that gets put on the stack, and it's not a replacement technically. It's
All right, kill me with the spell. Thank you.
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
The only problem was that they were one land short of killing you last turn anyway. That's it.
All right. This is something like.
And the Black Mage's deck is.
I love the Black Mage's deck so much. We got cornered by Black Mages. We were not surrounded by Black Mages. We did get 20 damaged by Black Mages, though. That part of it happened. I'll keep this.
This has playable. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
You're on the draw, so you have 3 chances to draw a land.
Yep, and?
Ooh, Garnet and
Garnet into Chocomog. Okay.
And also Titan. I'm just going to assume we'll get there.
Yeah, that's fine. The thing I really want the most here is Garnet to not die, obviously. This is worth suplexing, though, is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, very, very powerful, very worth it. And we don't have like...
Tease the Octopus Kids.
I'm gonna go Chocomog because Chocomog, won't trade with Ultros. Well, actually, No, this should be Paladin Arms. Are you on Syncopate? I might be on Syncopate again. No more Kefkas. So the idea here is that, like, Ultros on casting a 4 will stun a creature and tap it, but because we have a... Uh-oh.
Straight up Shantotto.
Oh,
Spooky.
Okay. Not a fan of that, but...
Moogle with a sword and shield riding a chocobo is a fantastic mental image.
Yeah. We're gonna pass.
Well, I mean, when you cast an 8 with Ultros and you drop the weight on you is what happens.
Okay.
I mean, you just careful about counterspell here.
I think they have Syncopate for 3, which would draw a card off Shantotto. Okay. Laughing Mad.
I think that's fair. It can't syncopate for 0, so...
The thing is, I'm scared of Shantotto as a value engine.
Yeah, much less the actual power of, like, getting hit by...
getting hit by Shantotto is also, like, a problem.
Yeah, but worse is the fact that she can very easily draw a card every single turn.
Anyway. Titan.
Yeah, 3 lands. Let's go. And you get to save them if you need to.
Yeah, I've got a thing to save Titan from removal in case of, you know...
This.
They don't have enough for Syncopate for 1.
Yep.
The reason I don't believe in the U hexproof trick is I think they would have already had spent it earlier.
Here come the lands.
Anyway.
Funnily enough, made it so you can't play Diamond Weapon this turn.
Yeah. Which is very funny. I guess
Turn into a Paladin.
we need bodies for Titan handoff too.
That's fair.
So, because it doesn't really matter what the body is, Titan's gonna hand off like +8/+8.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And now we're immune to Syncopate because we have 100 miles.
Yep.
Okay. So Titan won't get to attack next turn, but Titan does get to attack next turn. Sort of.
Tree of the Esper is such a good card in the blue-red deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that looks right.
Just a 3/3 and a 5/5, both of which turn on the 4 or greater thing. It's really impressive how they made Spell Likers in Is It Here more restrictive and yet more of a real archetype at the same time.
Because, like, with Shantoto, this is really powerful. With Ultra, like, you know, both of these, it's very powerful to have. And it is forward board presence. So,
yep.
The comparable card to Retrieve the Esper, Call the Mountain Chocobo, is also, like, pretty close in size, too.
Yeah, that also does have the upside of grabbing you a mountain, which can be valuable in that deck.
Yeah, like Baking Tree, you can get to your land drops. And also, like, the body usually attacks with 3 power, on the first side, at least. Obviously, the backside is weaker because it's not a 5/5. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Moogle.
Ah, them. Gungaga.
Them. Sabotender. Sabotender. All right, I'm going to go Gardener here.
Yeah. Gardener lets you get Garnet and Curl next turn.
Yeah, or Garnet plus Cure. Or, like, they attack, use a combat trick, and then we're in a fine way, too.
You could repeatedly leave Restoration Magic up by playing the Bard's Bow here instead. Like, you can do that, and then next turn play Garnet and Curl and still have Resto Magic up, I think. Or, no, you won't have the white to do that. Never mind.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to get a board down. They could...
That's fair.
They could 2-for-2 themselves by having Fire Magic to sweep here, but, like, we have follow-up.
Most likely they have Thunder Magic on to kill one of these two.
Clearly have something. I don't think it's Precious Wandering. They would have attacked if that was... Precious Wandering was the best trick they had to get over Gobu. Mm-hmm. So, like, they would have attacked with that. I think this is just a shock. Like you said, Thunder Magic is the most likely. Fire Magic is not unreasonable here. Sure.
Yeah, that's why I thought, though. Thunder Magic in hand, kill the largest threat you play.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, this Sabotender's kicking your ass.
Opponent going to town, huh? Alright. We got, like, Gladio threats next turn?
So land focused, they're playing the Adventurers in. That's impressive.
Yeah, that might just be like they think their mana base is easy enough to be able to get away with that. Like, seeing the Gungaga, maybe, like, it's like, yeah, we can include that and just have it be a game, too. Alright, 1,000 mana. They have access to whatever the hell they want.
Yep.
So like Gladio is I don't think it's Gladio. I will block.
Nah, they would have pre-combat.
Yeah, they would have pre-landed Gladio.
Yeah.
What's this? Do you actually have fire magic?
Or did they just run out of gas? Do they just have more lands in their hand?
What is happening here? I don't believe you. Something's wrong. I just don't believe you. I believe you've got something, and I'm just trying to, like...
Some red flash giant?
It was fire magic.
Oh, no, just fire magic. Okay, you want to save the...
no,
Goobo?
No.
Oh, creatures you control. Permanents you control. Okay, yeah. Sorry, Restoration Magic's... I don't actually see Restoration Magic played very
Sorry, I've been specifically playing around fire magic for a few turns, and I'm quite happy about it.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. But,
we can't...
You can afford to pay for it. Oh, Ward 3.
Ward 3.
Wait, no. White RSI lets you pay for it.
Yes, White RSI lets it.
Yes.
Yes.
On the field.
All right,
yeah.
so check this out. Check out the coolest thing that White RSI lets you do. All right, we need to pay for Ward 3.
Including White RSI itself, because it's an ETB trigger.
Yoink. It's so fun. I've talked about that. I didn't think it was ever going to come up.
So, Suplex just gets in the turtle back.
Regalia.
Creature to crew.
And a toad.
That does crew.
I don't think they can afford to. They're at 10. Oh, what a friend. Okay.
Ooh, you can Town Greeter into Titan and then just put 5 million lands on the field.
Again, White RSI taps for mana, so...
Mm-hmm.
Give me that town, please. It is such an edge case, but it's such a cool edge case.
Yeah, it's legitimately useful, too. Yeah, it does come up every now and again.
Alright. Also, next turn, we have a pretty good play.
Yeah. Alright, their top deck had to be something huge for this to matter.
Crunch. Onion.
This deck, when it's firing on cylinders, can fire on cylinders.
Do they have an instant speed removal spell for White Auracite? That is the thing that, like, could do
save
something.
them. It will then kill the Taurus, I think. Adamantoise.
Yeah, I would say Adamantoise.
Not quite.
Not quite. Thanks, Titan.
Instant speed, artifact removal is like airship crash.
Airship crash, yeah.
I think that might literally be it.
Yeah. I'm, again, like, very happy about navigating on these. Getting the, like, you know, our opponent not having anything, like, just not having anything on 7 being, like, the loudest tell. Like, they were waiting for us to play more post-combat and then catch us and get, like, a 3 or 4 for 1. Okay. Garnet obviously doesn't have a Chocomog to work with here, but like the curve is still fine, so it's very funny. We have these cards that just don't work with the weapon. Oh, hello. All right. Possible. So Dragoon Lance, one of the best equipment, like, job select equipment in this. Handing out flying is so good. The token is, you know, a 2/1 flyer. Nature's Claim on the bonus sheet? That's true. Ooh, okay. Alright. Alright, I do have good news for us, though. Deploy the bards! Good luck. Damn, Delivery Moogle having Dragoon's Lance to grab is very good, so they must have like another White Mage's Stave or something of that nature to grab. Even, you know, this can grab a Crystal Fragment. Oh no, their mana didn't tap the way they wanted with that. Oh, I see. That's tragic. Maybe they didn't think about the Crystal Fragments for... Well, actually, they couldn't. Never mind. Freya can't tap for Moogle. Okay. No, there's no way around it. There wasn't a way to get that to work. Because this is just red. It can be used for activated abilities? Haven't equipped? Okay. Alright. God. They can next turn go for Alexander. That's terrifying. Okay. Okay. So this can hit 4 power creatures. Hey, no, thanks for the raid. Hello. Welcome. We're fighting out here. 2 cards left in hand. Do they have... Ooh, that's dangerous. So that lets them loot away their last card. Or their last card is good enough to not loot away. That's more terrifying, actually. Uh-huh, okay. Oh boy, alright, it's fine. This is pretty bad. The whiff off of the town greeter actually just completely stuffed us. We now don't really have much of a line around their board. Because, like, flipping Alexander if they draw a land, and if they don't draw land, it's going to be something castable. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move the Warrior's Sword. Please. I don't think we have this. The problem is that, like, Diamond Weapon has reach, is our best line. If they have a white Auracite. No! Last card, Suplex. Okay. Well. We've been dwarved. This is a game where being able to recover off of Ultima would have been is what we were looking for. I was trying to use our battle menu to catch either Alexander or the dwarf, but like we were never in a position where that was going to happen. So, all right, 3 and 2. Let's keep moving. The 4 onions, blessed with light. Okay.
So I wouldn't put food away, and I see that I missed an entire game.
We had some equipment problems against a Boros deck where the biggest thing that happened there was we went for Town Greeter for land 5 and missed.
Oof. I think it's Gubu Gardener, actually. Because diamond weapon's going to be reasonably playable, and the Suncrest is removal, and the Town Greeter does most things you want your deck to do anyway.
Yeah, so let's greet. Okay. Alright, pre-combat.
Yep.
Because it pumps the team. Okay. Zell.
Zell dinched.
That gives them the extra land, but then they have to bounce a land, so it's, like, matched. Alright. So they get 2 lands next turn. Which is, like, pretty good here. Black, red, okay.
Gaius killing... Well, I mean, thankfully we have the Town Greater.
Enchantment.
Oh, sack target enchantment.
Yeah.
Okay. For whom do we fight, etc., etc.?
That's a pain that it...
Sacrifice, yeah.
Yeah, there's no out on that. Okay, I can choose to kill Zell now. I think I could, like, wait and get them to bounce a land, but, like, that's so niche.
Well, you have Diamond Weapon on the field.
We have Diamond Weapon with a anti-Gaius, you know, line. And if we untap, we have Restoration Magic. That's the hope, of course. If we're surrounded by black mages, okay. Sandworm, I assume that's just gonna hit one of my lands, and I'm gonna go grab a... Sure, I'll deck then.
They're just playing that as a 5/4.
Yeah. So here's the line here. We're getting in.
Yeah.
Opponent's on 15. We want to...
They double block here. We just win anyway because we can't... It doesn't dig.
Yeah. Right.
They can't double block this because they could jump it.
And we're also like...
That's fine, but...
We're also incredibly protected with Diamond Weapons, Hugeness, and Restoration Magics. You know...
Yeah.
Like we're also immune to another Gaius. We have a Town Greeter. We have a lot of things available. I also met 20. I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care. Okay.
Oh man, come on, do some more. Somehow get us to 20.
Keep going.
Let's go. Damn. They didn't Tifa's limit break to kill us.
Yeah.
You want to pay that life, buddy.
Okay.
Restoration Magic as like a way to gain life and keep a blocker on board probably ain't bad.
Yeah. The idea here is that this brings them to 3.
Yeah,
I
so
can-
they can't equip that.
Yeah. We remove the ability to move the sword. The sandworm tramples. That's fun. They're gonna try and kill us from here. Permanence you control. Okay. Yeah.
Yep, we can gain 6 life.
Yes.
Is what's,
it's cure
in
magic,
our
so.
hands. Yeah,
I thought about sacking the Chocobo, but the Chocobo's a lethal threat.
yeah. The idea here is that if they don't have any creature to follow up with, we just win the game at this point. I think that this is correct. Doing this now before
The problem is
we
if
actually take the damage.
if I take the damage, the problem with us taking the damage
Yeah.
is that if we take the damage and they have 2 spells, they could kill us there. Anyway, we go to
But
4.
we do win.
We do win. Pay it.
And they pay it to,
Pay it.
win, lose stylishly.
Uh-huh.
Go for it, buddy.
Good game.
Yep. Aw, they didn't do it.
At any cost. I respect the hell out of the way that they played that. That was.
I agree.
That was very heads up, very aggressive with the haste magic. Well, at like 20, they knew what their line needed to be to beat this card. You know, and you know the reason I didn't go for that gain life again. If they had 2 instants, they go instant to kill you. We try to gain life. They go double instant to kill you on this attack. So that was why I pre-shot that shot.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Thanks, Diamond Weapon. This deck's playing fun.
Yeah, it turns out it's better than
We
it
ain't-
first felt like.
We're messing with. Okay,
This hand rules.
finally here, performing for you.
The first member of the Chocobo crew. Weirdly enough, it's Garnet. Alexandria.
Will Garnet avoid exploding? We'll see. Unlikely. The Heart of Sapik!
Our first pick, rare, fine.
The Heart of Sapik! Finally! Okay. So, this is, you know, it's a 2-1. It would trade. But, the way Garnet works, remove a counter, gain a 1-1 counter. Now 4-3.
Yep.
So this also means that Chocobog is going to be lasting longer. This is almost a real creature. And also we can untap with both Battle Menu and Restoration Magic.
Well, she's got value, and she's a 3/3 lifelinker now.
Yeah, she's... And we could draw another Chocobog, you know?
Yeah. Very funny way of
Dun,
answering
dun,
that.
dun, 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 dun. Chocobog did not live forever. Really like our cards left over. Removal spell, anti-removal spell, anti-removal spell, board presence. A lot of good things. Okay, we're digging. Fine with our opponent
Lifelink
digging.
is the Black Mage's worst enemy, so...
Lifelink's very rare in this set. Does not come, like, easy.
Keywords in general are rare in this set.
Oh, wait.
There's a lot of
wait.
abilities, but not that many keywords.
Wait. You've made a mistake, and I'm taking advantage of it. That was an attack all rather than an attack with the one you wanted.
Yeah.
Wall of Omens. Nice card.
Nice.
Good card.
But like I said, keywords in general are actually pretty rare in this set. Like, there's not that much flying. There's not that much menace. There's not that much. There's weirdly a pretty high amount of death touch, in the set.
All
And a
right.
fair amount of trample, but like, there's not much removal. And there's not much evasion, and there's not much like
19 cards. 19 cards
fields.
with lifelink in the set. 14 are rare or mythic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't play the time for weapon yet. That's fine. We'll pass it up. I'm more interested in Diamond Weapon with Restoration Magic backed up than, like, trading Garnet here. Yeah, Death Touch obviously exists in the green-black, you know. It's our... Are we just waiting? A lot of cards in hand for our opponent.
No, one was the curl. It was a
three
non-land.
It was 3 in Coral. I'm happy to build 3 lands. Diamond Weapon's happy about this. Alright.
That weapon loves even milling lands.
Not really a reason to play the land. Yeah, Resto Magic with Ultimo lets us, like, keep Diamond Weapon, you know? So the idea here is that I'm holding the land as, like, a Hecatize thing. I'm holding the land as a, like, a Choco Arch, you know, our thing. All right. Well. We had to spend the Shield of Light. Summon Anima. Okay. Well. Uh-huh.
I want them to do the art without realizing how it works. Dang, now they understand how it works.
So, okay, you might wonder, what am I doing? Why did I not play Titan and get in with Garnet pre-combat? I don't want to mill 5 cards forever. that's basically it.
You want to keep Titan around forever, but you want to do that on 2.
Yeah,
probably.
I want to do that on 2. Thank you very much. All right, they get to draw a bunch of cards. Anima's pretty good at that. The last mode on Anima I don't care about. We just sacrifice the town. Wow. All right.
Huh.
That's good. That's strong. I think they're going to trade against Titan and just kill... Well, the problem is, like, their life total's 9. Okay, Final Days has a flashback of what?
Ooh, White Oversight. Good draw.
Ooh, do I just cut out the Ahriman?
I think so.
Well, remove the Titan Killer, and then now a 7/7 Trampler has, like...
Like, they can also trade with Garnet afterwards, but,
They can trade with Anima on Garnet, but there's also so much coming at them.
yeah, that's the thing. That's my thought, too. Like, they have to put so much in the way to, not lose. And you'll be gaining at least 4, by doing that. You can leave back the 2 and the 1 if you wanted to. but
I don't think there's a reason to.
that's fair.
Obviously, we could let Titan die, but a 7/7 Trampler threatens our 9 life opponent way easier. Now, will they throw a Wall of Omens under this? We did make Ultima a lot worse.
For what it's worth, I think what their follow-up play here is going to be End of Days, but the problem is that End of Days creates tapped tokens.
Yeah.
So they're not good for blocking.
And we also cleared most of that board up.
Yeah.
What does Titan do with the take off its hard counter? You know. See, End of Days, I think, makes 3 bodies right now. 3 bodies, but, like, they're tap bodies. That's fine. We also... you know, we also did get in for 6. Makes Titan a lot more of a, problem threat. 4 cards in hand. Let's see what we got. My hope would be, like, their own White Aura site. The other thing about
on our White Aura site, basically.
That'd be very funny. That wouldn't function really the way we like. Again, you don't get common effects, so like White Aura site blown up on the Evil Reawakened. Get back Anima.
That still doesn't kill Titan by itself, and that is a tapped creature.
Okay.
So Titan's gonna die, but that's okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. The problem here is that Titan hands off. Like us removing the counter off Titan is very funny because it made it so Titan wasn't gonna go Saga 3. And Saga 3 on Diamond Weapon's the end of the game. But like take a look at the like attack here. Diamond Weapon takes a 2/2 out. Titan asks for, because they've been animating, like their life total is just in the tank here, and they're not coming for us for a while. So like this, even if I all out, they get to eat this for free, and they get to trade a 2/2 on here. But then like, what do we like? Maybe 2/2 this on Titan, block with a wall. Like how the blocks here look horrible too.
Yeah, they were going to be continually put into a bad situation.
Yeah. That might have been early based on the fact that Titan wasn't going in. Yeah, there's just like there's not a lot of like there are some sets where a card like Midwoo would be like incredibly like very powerful without a setup. This one you kind of need the setup.
For what it's worth, there's a fair amount of incidental life gain, just not much lifelink specifically.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, it's not consistent. It's not like...
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a great draw. Surprisingly little horsemanship. Yeah, Odin doesn't even have horsemanship. It's weird. What's up with that?
This is why when I keep on saying it as surprising little why, I'm just saying keywords in general.
Yeah,
it has a relatively low quantity of keywords. Titus.
Okay. So I'd like to not spend this White Aura site. I would like to get we are in a world that I would really like to get our opponent with Ultima in. They are on a mulligan. So they can attack, they can tap Chocomog. That's fine. We can then, like, play another Chocomog and get in for some pretty heavy...
Yeah, that's 6 damage next turn, and
yeah.
We can just be on the aggressive side here until we have to play Ultima, and then we recover from playing Ultima.
The other thing is that, so the thing I like about this, the pile of Chocomogs here is very aggressive. We're attacking for 7 of our opponent's 18. Single white? +2/+2? Do they have You're Not Alone? Do they have Cure? They might have Cure magic. They have control right now. But the thing about the Chocomogs is that these are going to die anyway, so it's not as though Ultima knocks us out. Tapped land because
that's exactly the reason why we picked these cards heavily in the first place, is because we have the Ultima.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we can also get extremely close to just killing our opponent. Like,
so this is block the Choco on... No, that's not the one you block. I implore you to reconsider.
Maybe they have their own, the card called Ultima, in their hand.
The reasoning here is that you kill the one on 2, not the one on 3.
Yeah.
It was You're Not Alone.
Wait, hold on. That's only +2/+2.
Yeah.
You can just wandering and kill him.
Uh-huh. They can syncopate for 1 if they have that up, but this grabs a town. Go over all the way. This... So, I'm sorry, Titus. You are very alone. Oh no! Titus is not alone!
The second one!
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. If they attack with Titus here, we win.
There's no way they do, right? Like, they gotta feel that same response.
Yeah. So...
Now, hold on. White Aura Sight, does it say opponent controls?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, okay. You can't use White Aura Sight to sidestep Ultima.
No.
They only have one card left in hand, and you have a removal spell.
Do we just Heart of Sabik? Is that just how we do this? And then we have, like, 2 other...
Yeah, like, can you play any of them post? No, you can't play them post playing Ultima.
Okay. The Heart of Sabik! Yeah, that was just me trying to get them to blink. This was exactly. This was definitely.
Heart of Sabik, the Heart of Sabik.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Now do they have their own?
And you have the White Aura Sight as a way to just get rid of even something like you know.
Yeah.
Virtue goes away here.
Yeah. That'll get through the Ward 1.
Hold on. Is that enough? Do you have 10 mana after playing White Aura Sight?
No, we have 9 mana after White Aura Sight. If
Damn.
If they had done it the other way around, we had them dead. So force a trump block. And we're gonna play a coral.
Yeah, and that's a tapper.
Yep.
So you have them dead in a lot of ways.
They need land onion. They need onion so bad. Okay, that's half of an onion.
That's 2 creatures. That's 2 blockers.
That's very similar to onion if I was to, like, you know.
I guess you just attack in.
Yeah.
They're hanging in there, and they're doing a good job of our plays not being decisive yet.
Are them dead there?
No.
No, I could have Coral plus white, but they're dead here. That's what matters.
Okay, yes, that'll do it.
I want them tapped out. We could have had them dead there, but like, there's a couple cards that like make that position real for them. Like, we could have Coral tapped plus white Auracite on the token, but like, then if they have
They keep one on top, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to have a chance to draw it.
Yep. They don't even need this, but... Oh, they had to pay life to starting town? Yeah, the reason I didn't play Diamond Weapon is also, again, similarly. I feel in full control of the game. I don't want to give them away to get out by me playing Diamond Weapon and them just going Slam Ultima, which would have gotten them out of that position. Whereas, like, here, one of cards against this setup, like, say they have a kill spell for the hero and a creature, we end step, tap Coral, untap, equip, get in. Like, because they only had 2 cards in hand, there's no, like, non-sweeper way for them to get out of there or turn the corner. So I can afford to play, hey, it's maximum magic time.
Nice.
Let's see where it goes. Good old maximum magic.
Pretty solid?
Yeah, this is like fine. I want the 2. I would like a actual creature on 2. Obviously Garnet, but like, you know. I actually would make the body here to be able to like have Chocomog go a little bit more faster.
Yeah. You are also up against Mandalf the Mediocre, you know?
Okay, Coral.
Hey, there's an actual 2.
Ooh, alright, Treno.
Don't see that much blue-black. It's another Kefka.
Yeah.
This is our 3rd Kefka player we've seen tonight.
This could just be like Ultimecia.
True.
Is the black the splash though?
Hold on.
No.
Black might be the... No, they played Garland.
They played Garland.
That's not a splash card.
Yeah, this was double. Are they 3 color?
Yeah. They might be strict 3 color, which actually increases the chance of it being Kefka, I feel like.
Discard of sword. They're trying to find a land here.
Yeah, if they're playing Laughing Mad too, the red is also still not a splash, so...
You should have renamed Grixis to Kefka. Alright, guess what we've got? It's called the Aggro Crag. 2-Mog. Alright, so they're on 4. They've got access to the 4-drop stuff. This would be like Thunder, Ice. I don't care about that. Wait, you're just bouncing?
They're doing it for the Surveil, I think, more than anything
Prompto.
else.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I understand now. Let's replay the Chocomog.
Your opponent is also trying to be the Aggro Crag, then.
Yeah. They did mill a copy or retrieve the Esper, or off of the Surveil. Sitting here thinking if I'm attacking with Coral. No. If I attack with Coral, they go to 14, but then it's like Thunder Magic, Chocomog, Mega Treasure, just kind of run us down. Like, I'm a little too worried about that line. We can take a turn off to do this, and then like set up Cloud Moogle or like second Chocomog plus battle menu as like an answer. If they just go laughing, then I can start going aggression at them. That'd be fine. Okay. So this does... They discarded a land to that. So this does, like, stop them from getting in with Prompto for free. Garland could come in. I'll probably just... They didn't surveil down on that. They kept it. I like what our opponent's doing, by the way. I find this really exciting.
I think your opponent is strictly playing 3-color, and they just don't have that many black cards right now.
I think the black looks like the splash, but more than just a heavier splash.
I don't think you'd... Yeah, I wouldn't play Garland as a splash card by himself. That curl trades so easily on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, they're digging, but I don't know where to. Okay. We're a bit heavy on land right now, but our deck has some payoffs for that. There's land 6. Okay, yeah. So Garland is definitely on the black splash. What are we getting out of them here? Like, what's the line? Are we just... You know, I could save from that. We can defend. I like making that worse for them. They have enough mana to still make another play. They got that treasure token, so they have 2 mana up. I think next turn we get to get in and we get to, like, Moogle counter on, like, Coerl and... Okay. Okay. So this Chocomog is the dying one. This is on 3, so it dies next turn. Opponent has 2 cards left in hand, but they have a stacked graveyard. They can just play Chaos here. Yeah. I think that's better than basically any actual line they've got. Like, you know... Chaos. Yeah, there's a lot more Surveil than there's Lifelink. Just sort of around, you know, Dreams of Laguna. We saw the power of Matoya earlier. Well, 4 lands off the top. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're dead here. They need to draw 2 off of Dreams of Laguna. Scry draw 2. Chaos doesn't trample, but... Yeah, the kind of sad thing about our setup is that the Chocomogs were... Uh-oh! I found the splash!
That's the splash.
Okay.
That's the real card that they're splashing. There we go.
But no, the thing we have going on here that, like, didn't work in our favor is that, I've drawn 10 lands.
Yep.
I could say some more words and, like, kind of like a little bit deeper explanation about what's gone on here. We've drawn 10 lands.
Yeah, we're gonna go to 1 here, and then no matter what happens next turn, we die.
We die.
So, hey,
I'll be tight.
there's some more lands.
Give me some lands off top. Yes, good. Okay. Good news, we get all the lands in play. Thank you, Titan. Bad news. We're at 1
We're
and
very dead.
we're at 1 and there's a Blood Artist in play. So
There's a Blood Artist and a ping on any non-creature.
yeah, we're dead to any action. Ooh, come on, show me the coolest
only
card.
thing that doesn't kill us. I mean, no, there's tons of ways we just die, but
We got to maximum magic, but Sephiroth got us. So did all of this.
Chaos and Sephiroth work together alongside Shantoto to
Shantoto.
kill us.
Prompto, by the way, incredible in a deck like this. One of the things with Prompto is that treasure is another way for you to be able to... That's how they were able to flip Chaos. They only had one black source at that time. So, a lot of power in there.
Prompto's one of the weaker 4, like, or more cast cards on most plans, but not on all. He's functional in others.
Yeah.
He is also just a...
To do it, I would say,
Just-
the thing about Prompto is that even if like a treasure is like a smaller boon, the 2/2 haste is a nice aggressive piece.
Yep. On the other hand, however, 6 wins, 3
6
losses.
We got there.
Totally fine.
Maximum magic. Yeah, same Melamet. You could definitely go back and hear me talking about like the archetypes on the first couple sets, and I'm like, I don't know if I believe in this. This doesn't seem realistic. Like, because we've seen this sort of deck in the past, and it's like, well, you know, it either just gets run over, or the spells and lands and creatures in combination don't work. But like the intersection of this set is like slow enough for these things to work. The existence of a lot of non-creature creatures and the payoffs being real really puts it in a nice place.
Yeah, it's much more weird in its own sort of way. I feel like the fact that they gave themselves the restriction of 4 or more actually made it more playable.
Black Mage is it because of the ping? There's one of the articles on the design specifically talks about that, where they had very lengthy conversations about, hey, mono black isn't the color of like doing this pinging stuff, talking about corner by black mages stave, and circle of power, but like this feels very fitting with the set, where like we can do something with black mages and this that's unique, and ended up swapping or adding that into something that black is able to do for this set here. But there are a couple interesting articles that go into depth about that choice, about letting black have that. Hey, Vayne. The existence of Ochu and Vayne here is the thing that I still want to be able to play at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does this look like? This thing's a pretty powerful land. Like, being a late game threat on a duel that can become like an end step, tap this, make a 5-power flyer that draws.
Yeah.
Is nice to have on like a fixing land. Fixing like for me, the line for like a playable duel like this is very in especially in limited is nothing. It's 0. So like having a duel that has your 5-power flying threat behind it.
A tap land, no other text in limited is still relatively playable, you know?
And like you can construct around it as well, like you with a payoff like that. What's up? Balthier and Fran don't have a lot to do in this set, but have a lot of like build arounds.
Yeah.
I think of like Chariot and such. I came.
It can.
No!
Prime time.
Titan! God.
Prime time.
Prime time. Yeah. Titan here does a lot of work. Again, 6/6 trample is like, fine too, but like, we do have landfall triggers hanging out too, so. Hope.
Gilgamesh.
I love you, Greg.
Even though I don't think it would be very good, I think you could build a reasonable Gilgamesh standard deck now that it's been slightly slowed down.
You can have a fun time with, like, especially, like, just having fun with equipment stuff. You would definitely be able to, like, have a good time with a deck like that.
You would still win every now and again because it's not like,
The trick would be that a deck that I feel like that would be, like... I remember when I first started playing Magic, I started in Champions, and I built a Samurai deck. That was the first deck I built, and wasn't handed by a friend. I built a Samurai deck in Champions with all these different samurais, and I was really excited about all the named samurai, Kanda and Nagao, and like all these cool samurai I could play. And I was playing like Kanda in this white-red aggressive deck, Kanda's a 7-drop, that's a 3/3. But because I was playing a samurai deck, I was also playing Izamaru, because of course I'm going to play their dog. Like, I'm going to play Kanda's dog in Kanda's deck. I'm not, that just makes sense. And then I realized that the games where I played Izamaru on turn 1 were the games I was winning, and the games where I got to 7 mana and cast Kanda were the games I were losing.
For games, yeah.
Yo, hey, speaking of,
Smuggler's Copter.
Haven't
thought about Looter Scoot in a while.
Yeah, no. Thought about it with the, there's like a fake one down here somewhere. I don't think we opened it. There's the fake Smuggler's Copter, the airship. Vincent. And the Wind Crystal. Alright.
Worse crystal, probably.
Yeah, I think the red one's worse than limited.
That's fair.
That
one does at least current flying.
Well, yeah, the problem, honestly, one of the big problems with the red crystal and limited is that makes your 4-cost spells cost 3, and then you go, wait a minute.
True. Yeah, actually.
Wait, hold on. My deck doesn't work anymore. So, anyway, that's draft for today. We went we had some standard
Perfectly
talking.
timed.
Yeah, like exactly where I want these things to go. So we had our little bit of standard talk, and we had maximum magic. So definitely continue to be doing more of these over the next few weeks, though. Because of the cadence of magic releases, there's a new set this month.
Yeah.
So I'm only able to draft Final Fantasy, like, how long is it around for? 27 days. So.
Hey, for what it's worth, they put out a survey recently where, like, a good, like, fifth of the questions on it was basically, are we releasing things too quickly?
Yes.
So, if you wanted to fill out that survey, you can.
Yeah,
tell them it's way too fast.
Yeah, it's a shame because, like, one of the things about, like, sets releasing is like, oh, well, you don't have to play with the new set. You can just no, you can't. It becomes not the limited format on Arena. You actually can't play it. So, anyway. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Doc, for being here. Glad to have you.
Yep.
If you want to catch more, you always follow. See me live. Again, weekdays, 7 Central. Drafts like this are on Tuesdays. Dragon Quest tomorrow. Gonna get back to some Slay the Spire on Friday. It's been a while because Final Fantasy's taken that slot up. Though Friday is also more free, so I might fit in both. I've got more time. We might be able to have a longer stream day on that day. So.
I'm soon going to finally also be free of the Friday obligation I've had for like more than half a year.
Oh, okay. Campaign almost finishing?
Soonish. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, if you want to catch that more, you always follow, subscribe. Thank you to Ognimi for the sub. Thank you to Nub for the raid. Appreciate all that. And just appreciate you being here, having a good time, enjoying the draft. I'll be getting in more of this because this set, again, like, it's not as though Wizards hasn't been, like, hitting, doubles and triples on their limited formats continuously, but, like, good to have one that I feel just is like our home run. Like
They hit doubles this time. I thought Dragonstorm was fun.
no. Like when I say doubles and triples, I mean good and very good. Like those are
okay.
like those are. If I'm hitting a triple in baseball, I'm feeling really good. So, like they've had some very strong limited formats, but this one's just been excellent.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.